After Boris Johnson announced he was stepping down from his role as the British Prime Minister, many wondered what this meant for Queen Elizabeth, and if the monarch, 96, would have to wade into UK politics. Amid Johnson's announcement on Thursday, the phrase "activate the Queen" began trending on Twitter. It seems to originate from the Times editor Jack Blackburn's reply to a tweet from Whitehall correspondent Mikey Smith, claiming a source said that Johnson would not step down voluntarily and force a vote. This would activate the Queen, Blackburn responded to the scenario. Lascelles' principles will direct her to decline his request for a dissolution. She then is left with the choice to dismiss him or not. However, Johnson announced his resignation outside No. 10 Downing Street on Thursday after losing the confidence of his cabinet, leaving Queen Elizabeth out of a difficult position in a political storm. Johnson was elected Prime Minister in July 2019. He now aims to continue as caretaker Prime Minister until the fall while the Conservative Party holds a leadership election across the summer. As one of her duties, the monarch has also continued approving the new ministers that Boris has been recommending to replace those who have resigned. However, the phrase "activate the Queen" was too good for Twitter to pass up. Listen, "Activate the Queen" sounds like something you'd yell during the final episode of an anime, and I have only the utmost respect for that, one user said. Another quipped, "Why is "Activate the Queen" trending? Are we playing chess?" While a UK monarch's role is mainly ceremonial these days, it is technically within their power to dismiss a Prime Minister. However, it's extremely unlikely that the Queen would ever do this. The Queen's powers rest on convention, Vernon Bogdanor, Professor of Government at King's College London, previously told The Guardian. She's got quite wide legal powers, but in a constitutional monarchy she shouldn't use them except in very extreme circumstances, which I don't think these would be. The last time a British monarch sacked a prime minister happened back in 1834 when King William IV dismissed Lord Melbourne in favour of Sir Robert Peel. But when Peel resigned in 1835, the King had to reinstate Lord Melbourne to the position. As the head of state, Queen Elizabeth has to remain neutral with respect to political matters. After all, Johnson was the 14th Prime Minister during her historic 70-year reign. The two roles work closely together and maintain a close relationship, including a weekly meeting. The monarch, as well as other members of the royal family, does not vote or stand for election, according to the royal family's official website. However, the Queen holds important ceremonial and formal roles in relation to the government of the UK. For example, while the British public democratically elect a leader, that leader is invited to Buckingham Palace for the Queen to officially appoint before it's official. In a ceremony, the newly elected Prime Minister is asked if they're able to form a government. Once the politician replies yes, a ceremony known as the kissing of hands takes place. In previous generations, this would have required the election winner to physically kiss the hands of the monarch to prove their loyalty. Today, however, it is merely a symbolic term to show that the government's team has officially been appointed as ministers of the Crown. The Queen's political duties also include opening each new session of Parliament, granting royal assent to legislation and approving orders and proclamations through the Privy Council. Winston Churchill served as Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945, then again from 1951 to 1955. He was the first British Prime Minister the Queen worked with during her reign, when she ascended the throne in 1952. The monarch was quite fond of Churchill and sent him a handwritten letter upon his retirement. In it, she said, "No one will ever for me be able to hold the place of my first Prime Minister, to whom both my husband and I owe so much and for whose wise guidance during the early years of my reign I shall always be so profoundly grateful," according to Yahoo. The Queen's 14 Prime Ministers, so far, have also included the first two women in the role, Margaret Thatcher and Johnson's predecessor, Theresa May.